you very much, Patrick Amimo, for that. Like he mentioned, the National Elections Board of ODM is set to give a press briefing any moment now, and we'll be crossing over there live to listen to what they have to say, especially about some of those issues that have been raised in different parts of the country that are holding their primaries today. Let's continue with our coverage right now, and we continue with the interview that we've been having. Remember, I had Dismas Mokua, who's a political risk analyst, together with Bernard Wakoli, who is a youth leader in Ford, Kenya. And I'd like to start with you, Bernard. Being a youth leader, do you think that it's time maybe that political parties agree or legislations are passed in order that, you know, there's a kind of other way that is easier to hold party primaries? Because what we're seeing already is raising so many questions. Is it really free and fair, or is it a matter of the godfathers taking control of who becomes what?
Yuko tayari na mimi?
Yes, Bernard.
I think from where I sit, party primaries in the past have been characterized by violence and, you know, cases of rigging and cases of so much malpractice. But Kenya being a developing democracy, I think we are advancing well, although young people and women particularly are still facing enormous challenges in terms of raising resources and also countering the existing status quo. So I think the way you are putting it, if our parliamentarians or if our parliament could look into it, that maybe we have IBC being mandated to carry out party primaries the way the law had been suggested, I think will help to address some of these cases that we are facing at the moment. But as things stand, from what has been going on, you realize that young people are so much disadvantaged. They are not participating in these nominations as equal partners. They are looked at as, you know, this narrative that has been going on as the leaders of tomorrow.
Right.
Then women are also facing violence wherever they go. And, you know, there's so much disadvantage in terms of the marginalized groups. Although I've not seen so many people with disabilities participating in these exercises, maybe they are waiting for after the nominations and get into party lists. But I also want to encourage that we have a system that encourages persons with disabilities to freely participate in the party primaries exercises.
All right, Let me come to you, Dismas, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. We had touched on it earlier, but I mean, looking at what has happened in the places that we've been covering, is it time and is it a viable option that you have people who sit in a room and become kingmakers? Is it the easier way out? Is it viable?
I think that would be the easier way out. Like, for instance, using Nyamira, you see the supporters for Gesami, they're saying, let's use the IBC register, meaning that it stops being a ODM party primary, then it becomes a mini general election. And you know, they're shouting, they're claiming that in a classroom close by, Nyagara guys are giving people money. Actually, you know, that these guys are so genuine, it hurts, that they're being given a bribe at the 11th hour. Probably they expected it earlier on in the day. And that tells us that now people who are running for office, people who are going to win, they're going to win because of their financial muscles, not because of the intellectual capital or capacity that we need as a nation. So we may just as well kiss party primaries by and say, let the party leadership, if it's ODM, let them sit at Orange House and determine who's going to run for a particular office. And then all of us go very happy lot. Or in the alternative, we say, this thing is going to be free and fair. It's going to be conducted by IBC, so that you don't have people complaining. And again, you know, for some reason, we are very illiterate voters. One of the voters in Trans Nzoia is saying, tunaomba serikali tusaidie kufanya ikura. Now, they'll be, at the end of the day, they may blame President Kenyatta for the poor ODM party primaries in Trans Nzoia. Because when they say tunaomba serikali, it means that they're looking at President Kenyatta. So I think it's important for us to take a decision one way, that we are going to empower IBC to do our party primaries, so that we have a credible election, or then we say, let the political party leadership take a decision. The way it happens in, the way we had indicated earlier on, in South Africa, that's the same strategy. In Singapore, in Israeli, in India, that's what works. So if you think that you can assume leadership in a particular political party, go look for Raila Odinga, become friends. Go look for Kenyatta, become friends. Look for Musalia Mudavadi, become friends, and eventually you may win a seat. Because right now, just imagine these people who earn, we're told by World Bank, who earn less than $1 a day. They've been there since 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's now coming to 1. They're very frustrated, they're yawning, and nobody seems to be taking care of their concerns. So maybe we just take a decision. We run with the British model or the American model, so that we stop beating around the bush claiming that Kenya is so sophisticated. We can have a free and fair party primary run by special purpose vehicle called political parties.
All right. Let's talk about one of the issues that they've raised and what was taking place in Nyamira, and some, a section of the electorate want the IBC register to be used, and another one says that, they should be using the party list. Which one would be the most accurate? Is it going by what Patrick has just told us, that, use both registers rather? What would be then the most accurate register to use in this moment right now?
Well, the way it happens in America, if you're having a party primary for, say, Democrats or Republicans, you use a party list, what they refer to as a closed primary. So it's only members of that political party who can vote in during the party primaries. Like, for instance, assuming I'm a Jubilee and I'm in Nyamira and I don't like Governor Nyagarama, it's very easy for me to go and vote in for Dr. Gesami, who is seen as a weak candidate, so that you have a weak ODM candidate facing a strong Jubilee candidate. Yeah. So for Gesami supporters, where were they when ODM was doing voter registration, when ODM were looking for members? That's the time they should have registered as members for ODM, and they participate during the ODM party primaries. So at this stage, you need to give Governor Nyagarama a pat on the back, because I think he was like a giraffe. He knew this is the list we are going to use. And when you look at his body language, he's very happy with himself. He's saying that we are going to use our party list to do this. While for Dr. Gesami, I think for him, he decided to run for governor very late in the day, and was hoping that we are going to use, the open list, which they've agreed is not working.
Which is not working. All right, thank you very much, Dismas. We'll continue the conversation. For now, though,